What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and fellow YouTubers? All of you, a bit welcome to this static review about the prototype Dreadnought Cruiser Tier 6. And this thing is a Atlas class. So everybody, welcome. And as you guys are accustomed to, jump timestamps in the video description so you can jump to a specific part of this video that is going to be to your liking, obviously. Now, as you guys are seeing right now, this is just not my normal character costume, so it is totally something different. And as you guys can actually hear on your in your speakers or in your headphones, this guy is actually breathing like Darth Vader right now. What is going on? With new season, they also brought out a new environmental suit that is going to cost 200. Yes, you heard it right. 200 lobi if you want to grab one of these babies. And they are really awesome. Look at that. It has like its own light source, its own helmet. And it looks funky. Look at all of these big shoes. Looks really good, to be honest. Totally something different, something that we did not expect. But anyway, you guys are here for this thing right here, the 23rd Century Tier 6 Dreadnought. This is that Atlas class that we are going to cover. So I cannot use the information right now because you have to unpack it based upon your faction. You're going to get the Federation are going to get the prototype Dreadnought Cruiser Atlas class for Starfleet only. D9 Dreadnought the Battle Cruiser for the Klingons, and the Romulan Republics are going to get the okay, that one, Dreadnought Cruiser Warbird, the Dreadnought Warbird Tier 6, the Tri, I don't know, that one, the Tri Dreadnought Warbird Tier 6, and those are going to be from the Romulans. Now, obviously, I needed to grab 3 of those because I definitely want to showcase each and every one of them in their own specific faction. So we are going to start off with the Federation one, and then maybe the Klingons, and as last the Romulan. But anyway, let's moving on to this one. Let's grab the prototype Dreadnought Cruiser. Okay, cool. Information. Here we go. A Federation Dreadnought from the 23rd century. The Atlas has been retrofitted with the advanced technology of for the battlefield of the 25th century. A large scout vessel built for combat. The Atlas class was one of the first Starfleet vessel with a fighter bay. Nice. I love carriers, and this is like a something in between a carrier and a cruiser. Nice. This starship features a Lieutenant Commander Tactical / Temporal Operative Bridge Officer seat and a Lieutenant Engineering and / Command Bridge Officer seat. Really nice. We're going to talk about these Bridge Officer seats in a later stage of the video, so stay tuned for that. The Atlas class Dreadnought Cruiser comes equipped with a whole Ionization Module universal console. Starships equipped with this console are capable of generating powerful energy currents that run along the starship's hull that will provide tremendous damage resistance for each active charge. Wow. What? Generate powerful energy currents that run along the starship's hull that provide tremendous damage resistance to each active charge. Nice. Okay. This is definitely something that we need to see because it sounds really awesome. A charge is lost when the starship suffers significant damage. Alternately, these charges of energy can be discharged from the hull to cause extreme energy damage to nearby enemies. Wow. Okay, wow. This is wow. So it is a buff that is going to give you a tremendous damage resistance to whatever, I guess. And if if all else fails, this charge can be discharged from the hull to cause extreme energy damage to nearby enemies. Wow, so it is a passive ability that is going to be damage resist and also can be used in offensive mode. Cool. This console also provides a passive bonus to all energy damage resistance rating and direct energy damage. Okay, so no torpedoes, I guess. Cool. This also will be equipped in any starship, but you may only equip one of these at a time. After achieving level 5 in your prototype Dreadnought Cruiser Tier 6, you will unlock the SIF Shunt Starship Trait. While this trait is slotted, activating any hull healing while at full hull strength will provide a boost to all power levels for a short time. This effect stacks up to 3 times. Nice! So when you are at full impulse, activating hull healing ability will increase your power levels for a short duration. Nice, not bad. Loving it. The prototype Dreadnought Cruiser Tier 6 has a single hangar bay equipped with a Type F shuttles. Type F. Huh. These small crafts are equipped with phaser beam arrays and photon torpedoes. This is only available for the Starfleet faction, obviously. Tier 6, you have to be level 40 to obtain this thing. And at level 40, you're going to get 43,800 hit points. At level 50, you're going to get 50,370 hit points. And at level 60, 58,000 hit points. 58,400,000 hit points at level 60. Real cool to see that high amount of hit points on your hull. Shield modifier of 1.15. It has 5 weapons on the front and 3 on the aft. Whoa. Nice. Nice. I like. 3 device slots. The British officer station I'm going to skip. Later stage will be showcased. Console modification 4 tactical, 5 engineering, and 2 science. Okay, so it is based on engineering heavy and then tactical heavy as well. Cool to see that. A base turn rate of 80 degrees per second, impulse modifier of 0.15, and inertia rating of 35. Plus 5 to all power levels equally, I guess. So that's shield, engines, weapons, and auxiliary. Can load dual cannons, dual heavy cannons. So it has that universal console, the whole ionization module with 1 hangar bay that have Type F shuttles equipped on them. Cruiser communication array, obviously. Attract fire and weapon system efficiency. Starship ability package Dreadnought Cruiser. So level 1 hull regen, rapid repairs. Level 2 enhanced plating, energy and radiation damage resistance rating. Level 3 devastation weaponry, critical hit chance to land a critical hit. And armored hull, maximum hull hit points will be increased. And that SIF Shunt is that level 5, that Starship Trait. Really awesome. Let's make this one our current. So here we are with the customization of this thing. Only one template, the Atlas, the version of this thing. Really weird, to be honest. So we got like double warp nacelles on the left and on the right side. Definitely a theme of the 22nd century. One thing that I didn't mention is about the Type F shuttles. Obviously, you can get the better version from the dilithium store rather than the version that this thing comes equipped with, the normal Type F shuttles. There are advanced ones that are available in the dilithium store, and the elite version of those are like the best one out there that you can have if you're going for the highest DPS, that the highest support of this thing, what it can do. You can obtain those at the Fleet Hangar Pet Store. They have a weapon They have one phaser bank on the front, where they have a photon torpedo launcher on the front, and they have a phaser bank on the aft section. They have unique abilities, emergency power to shields 2 and beam overload 2 as well. And I'm also talking about the fleet hangar pet store. Those are basically the ones that you want to obtain, because you know what I always say, go pro or go home. Anyway, moving back up here for this customization of this thing, and again we see this really big, what was it called again? It had a different, okay, it doesn't show right here. The housing of the deflector dish, it had its own unique name, because we just did the review, or at least I just did the review about the NX Escort refit, and they had like its own pronunciation or its own name, and it was like really weird, something that so me personally haven't actually seen before in Star Trek. And but this is how it looks like, the template, only one obviously. Really cool to see this thing open up and close when we are going to launch hangar pets, but I guess that's just too much to ask for. Anyway, so no unique interior for this thing. The origin is by default the current interior or bridge design. So no unique bridge design for this thing. That's a little bit of a shame, in all honesty. And we do have different type of windows. So if you guys are going to focus your site right here, the windows type are going to change. So we got window type number 1, we got window type number 2, and I'm just going to go back and forth right here so you guys can actually see the changes that the different material types are going to do. So that is the second material type, or the window type. The third one, a little bit off to, honestly, I cannot zoom more than this, so it has like a little bit of subtle changes. As you guys can actually see, this one is more bluish, this one is more whitish. Between 3 and 4 there is like a little bit of a yellow tint through the windows, and number 5 is like number 5 is like, we got too many windows already, so let's close them down. And number 6 is really awesome. I really enjoy number 6, to be honest. Yep, definitely Starfleet in its design. And you guys can actually see by the design itself, these really long warp nacelles. Really huge. They actually needed 4 warp nacelles to make this thing go. Really awesome. Anyway, we got different type of materials that are being used on the hull and its patterns. Now, like I always say in my videos, I upgraded myself to a veteran, so that's why I'm getting like a veteran option and an upgrade version. You might not have this one, or you might have this one, depending on which version of the game you actually have. So if you don't have it, it's normal. If you have it, you're like pro. Whoa, what is wrong with window? What is going on? Why isn't there? What happened? Where did it go? It went away. I broke the game. The ship is gone. Okay, Atlas type 1. Type 2. What is going on? We just saw the ship in the veteran version, so there is definitely a skin for this, but somehow it bugged out. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that one. Okay, here we go. Wow, I definitely love the color patterns right here, but I do want to leave them as it is with none. Okay, so This is the bug. If any of you guys know any cryptic designers that need to be showcased, this bug. When you have the none version of the patterns right here of the styles, the ship bugs out. Okay, cool. We are learning something every day right here. Okay, so we got material type number 1 right here. Really awesome. Definitely, wow. Definitely liking this thing a lot. And also these lines up here kind of looks like scorch marks. Definitely cool to see this thing. Wow, nice. Okay, so that's material type number 1. Material type number 2 is a little bit darker than number 1. Basically the same design, and I definitely love that they are implementing these kind of stuff. That they are like implementing like the Bizarre collectors that are like spinning around just like rims on your car or anything like that. Definitely cool to see that. I wish they actually did a little bit more than just that in its animation. Okay, so material type number 3 is a little bit darker. Ooh, number 4 is totally dark. Kind of looks like this thing has just emerged from a nebula or something like that, and it's like full of cloud or dust. And it's definitely in need of a little bit of elbow grease to wash this thing, make it clean again. All right, so we got material type number 5. Definitely love the glow up here, or the reflection of the sunlight, I should say, not the glow. Really cool to see this thing. Definitely eye candy with all of these red lines that we are accustomed to these days from the Federation, or the old version of the Federation. Oh my god, definitely love the material type number 6. The blue pattern, then the white, they just mix between them. Really good. I'm liking it. Number 7. Ooh, number 7 has that reflection of the sunlight. That is just awesome. Definitely some pattern overlays. Really cool to see this thing. Has really bright colors, as you guys are seeing. Really white, creamish white. Not really, really white. It's not like the color of milk white, but it's kind of like creamy white. Let's see, the upgraded version. Oh, wow. Kind of reminds me of the Terran space set right here. Because it almost has the same brownish color. Real nice. Really, really cool to see this thing in action. Later on, we are going to do that. Can't wait. And obviously, this is the upgraded version that not a lot of us have access to. You basically need to drop a little bit of chain in the game to actually obtain all of these veteran and in all honesty, it is definitely worthwhile. Okay, so let's go into space and see what this thing, how this thing is going to transform. We're going to equip the different reputation space sets. So here we are in space, and obviously this is just the normal default skin that comes equipped with this ship. It is like, it just came out of the box. I canceled all of the changes that we made when we were customizing this ship. So this is how it looks like fresh out of the box, out of the lockbox, that you guys... if you guys wanting to obtain this thing. And this is how it looks like. Wow, okay. I'm definitely liking this part right here. Definitely has the old style of ships. Really cool to see this thing. And it also flies a little bit like I don't know, majestic? Can I call it majestic? Probably has to do with the turning rate, so it's like, I'm gonna turn. Nice. Okay, this station is getting in my way of turning this ship. Obviously, it is a cruiser after all, so the turning circle is huge. We might need the entire the entire room right here. But definitely cool to see this thing in action. Totally something different that we are accustomed to flying in STO, in ships like that. This thing is annoying me right now. Okay, here we go. Really cool. Okay, let's start equipping the different reputation space set. Why are you here? Go away. I'm going to discard the normal engines and shields, so my ship cannot move anywhere from now on. That's gonna be awesome. Okay, so the adaptive Mako space set is going to go first. All three, yes, all three of the adaptive Mako space set, and you guys can actually see when that shadow of the space station is going to hit this thing, so you can actually also see how it's how it looks like when it is not facing the sunlight, like right here. So you see these honeycomb grid patterns up here, really cool, and also on the deflector dish, really nice. Here we go. We have the engine exhaust, or the impulse engine exhaust, and we have two really bright I want to say engine wake, but these things are the warp nacelles. So real cool to see this thing. It is huge in comparison with the Escort, the NX Escort refit to the tier 6 that we just covered. And it is really cool to see this thing. All right, let's move on. The Aegis space set is next in line. Here we go with the Aegis. Wow, okay, this is what I was expecting when I was doing the NX review, the aesthetical review of that ship. I was definitely expecting more of these white lines that are like accentuating the lines of the ship. So there is, like, you know, this part and then that part inside and then inside and here. Nice. They did a really good job underneath. On top, maybe a little bit more, like right here on the saucer section, right here on this dome, and maybe on top of this where the bridge should be located or anything like that. A little bit more of these white lines could be nice. But it is what it is, and I like it. It is kind of, like I said before, it has a little bit of a majestic vibe. Or at least that's the vibe that I'm getting right now. I don't know about you guys, but I do have that vibe. And I am at full impulse, or at least the highest amount of thrust that I can use in without actually going to full impulse. Okay, the Borg space set is next in line. Here we go. Also a universal console. Where are you? Here we go. This one. There we go. So we got the Borg a junk. I'm gonna call it junk. The Borg junk. We have two nodes that are intersecting each other. Come on, seriously? two nodes up here from the universal console that are like on top of each other, and two other ones that are underneath. I really wish they were a little bit separated between them. Right now it's like kind of feels like a rush job. It's like, hey, we need to present this thing, so let's put something together and let's do it. Like right here there is another node, so you guys can actually see the fourth one. I'm kind of missing because it usually have like 3 on top, and it usually has like 4 on top and 4 underneath. So we got 1 up here, or at least below this thing. We got 2, 3 up here, and we are missing 1. Maybe I'm just blind and I'm not seeing it. But what the heck is this? Oh my god, guys, come on, man. Look at how big the impulse modifier is, like really huge, and look at how small the warp nacelle modifier is right here. This thing should like be the same circumference like this entire warp nacelle. This thing is really tiny. Some guy made like a really big boo-boo right here. Okay, so we are seeing 2 bugs, or at least 2 major bugs. We already covered for the developers, so you already can actually see this thing in action. This thing should be bigger. Should be like the entire warp nacelle should be covered by this thing, and not so like it's like a speckle of Borg technology right there. But anyway, Borg set has been covered, so let us move on. Okay, I'm just going to... No, I cannot. This one is from the featured episode. I only have the deflector because the entire space set of this thing is like bound within particular dates, and those dates are not available yet, so I cannot obtain these things, so I'm going to skip that one. But we're going to go with the counter command space set, and I'm also going to remove this thing. Here we go with the counter command space set. Look at this thing. This thing is amazing. And I'm going to go a little bit away from the sun, from the shadow of that station, so the sunlight can actually hit the hull, so we can see what the difference is between letting the sun hit the ship and on the shadow side. Wow, definitely love the underneath. Underneath is where it all happens, man. That is awesome. On top as well, definitely love that they actually made the bridge part right here, or at least where the bridge should be, that they incorporated like different colors in there. Definitely nice. Big fan of that. And underneath as well, definitely a good mixture of the color combination of the counter command space set. And as you guys are seeing, the engines up here with an engine wake, that is just awesome, from the counter command space set. That is just crazy. Nice. Wow, this thing definitely feels majestic the way it is turning. It's like I have such a big status, so you definitely should wait for me to turn. Anyway, Delta space set, Delta engines, Delta shields. 1, 2, 3. Here we go with the Delta space set. Definitely crazy about these patterns that they're using with the Delta space set when it is not being illuminated. It never actually was apparent when utilizing the Delta space set, but now it is, and I love it. Because when it is facing the sunlight, it's like, you know, it's like this grayish color with a little bit of green between it, like green lines and stuff like that. So nobody really likes that. But when it is hitting the shadow side, or something is blocking the sun, definitely has that really awesome, cool features to it. Definitely. Nice. This ship is awesome. All right. The Dyson counter command we just covered. The Dyson one we did not cover. Dyson engines and Dyson shields. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Here we go with the Dyson space set. And obviously the Dyson space set from the Dyson reputation. Really cool to see this thing being lit up by the sun. Wow, nice. I don't know what Cryptic is thinking with all of these red lines underneath up here. Maybe they're just like details for something for engineers, or, you know, maintenance crew, or like a hatch. Oh my god, I'll definitely love the transition right there. That is crazy beautiful. And something that is like just caught my eye, actually, my attention. You guys see a lot of lines on the whole pattern. Not all of them have the pinkish glow on top. You guys can see a lot of lines up here and up here as well, on here and here, but not all of them have those glowy pinkish lines to them, and that's awesome. That is definitely awesome. I like it. I like this ship. I might even like this ship even more than the Escort version, because the Escort version, like the NX Escort refit, was like something that we already saw. I mean, it's just like the upgraded version of the Jonathan Archer Enterprise, and we already had that for a long time in STO. So nothing to be really, you know, crazy about. It's just like, you know, the statistics have gone up with different hit points, different bridge officer slots and stations and stuff like that. But the ship overall in its design, we already saw that one in STO and even in the TV shows. But this is totally something different. I like it. Let's continue. The Delta we already covered. The Iconian. Yep, 1, 2, 3 pieces of the Iconian. Definitely awesome to look. And its own unique animation right there from the deflector dish. Definitely awesome. Nice. And this is also the reason why I'm actually showcasing all of these Federation ships in a neutral color of the sun. Earth Space Dock has like the most neutral color that I've ever seen in zones or in maps, or in space maps, I should say. And that is because, like, if you guys are actually seeing the color right here, it's more like brownish. in its design, but when it is not facing the sunlight, it turns like a little bit blackish, right? So that's awesome. That is definitely awesome. So when you're going to be in, like, you know, in combat in a different system, all of these colors are going to change depending on whatever space set you're obviously going to use. But this is just a representation of what it is when it's in a neutral location. Now, obviously, when you're going to do, like, I don't know, infected or something like that, that is just an STF. That is just a different zone entirely. So these colors might turn out to be a little bit greenish, with a greenish glow on top. Really cool. All right, Dyson we already covered. The Jem'Hadar space set we are going to cover right here. Now, I already mentioned on my other video, if you guys have a girlfriend or somebody that you really want to give a present on Valentine's Day, give them this. Give them the Jem'Hadar space set. There's a little bit of a pinkish glow on top. Definitely apparent right here on the deflector dish, and highlights on the ship. Really cool. Pinkish. I shouldn't say pinkish, it's more like purplish. Purple color. Nice. Definitely love the transition right there when it goes from being illuminated to the darker side. That is just awesome. Right there. Oh, that's awesome. And right here as well, we kind of see a little bit of a glow on the material type of this thing. Nice. Wasn't expecting that to be that much in details. Nice. All right, Iconia we already covered. The New Kara space set. New Kara shieldings. Cool. This is how it is with the New Kara space set. Cool, very cool, very cool. Loving it. Not really too much details on this thing, so it's like cracked all over. Somehow it has the cracks on the left side are equal to the right side, or I should say port and starboard are equal. So okay, nice. Oh, that transition is just awesome. I'm also going to follow this one till it goes all the way to the sunlight right there. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. All right. The Lucari, I'm going to showcase that one as last. The Omega space set. Oh, no. The Omega, please. There we go. Cool. Here we go with the Omega space set. Now we do see a little bit of a familiar pattern right here on the deflector dish. Those honeycomb grid lines are back. And on top we see, or at least we should see, a couple of dots somewhere right here at the end of the nacelles. Okay, cool. And inside the housing of the deflector dish himself, These little dots that are making the difference. Nice. Definitely, I haven't tried utilizing like 4 warp nacelles to propel, to propel, to actually move a ship forward in STO. Now, like theoretically, like the more warp nacelles you have, like in paper, shouldn't you go like faster? Like traveling from, you know, from sector place to sector place, or from point A in to point B in sector space, from planet to planet. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. I definitely want an answer on that, because it's gonna be a discussion. I know that one already. Okay, Riemann. Space set, Riemann, please. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Go away. There we go. We got rid of the HUD and the Riemann space set in its full glory right here. Nice. The Riemann space set, very scary to its appeal. Wow, wow. This thing is definitely awesome. Definitely love this. Don't know, never seen this part before in any reviews that I did with the Riemann space set. And it is only apparent on the underneath this, the saucer section of this ship. Maybe something is like, maybe that's part of the ship. I don't know. That has just come to life, or it just come to my attention, in all honesty. Nice. And we are seeing a little bit of a reflection on the hull of this thing. Something that wasn't there before. Season 12 obviously got those kind of material type patterns on the hull. Really cool. Definitely gives you the vibe that you are in space, and something being reflected up there should give light. Nice. That is awesome. Alrighty, Romulan version, or the Romulan space set. Here we go. Nice. Oh my god, definitely awesome underneath. That is crazy. Loving it. And right here, it's going to fade into the darker side. Oh my god, definitely awesome. I love that they're making a definitely effort to update all of the space sets with like the new ships that they're bringing out. It's definitely awesome to see all of these material types, like these highlighted like bright greenish color that wasn't there before. And obviously the team of designers at Cryptic and developers and whoever is working on these things, man, you are doing a good job. You're doing a great job. You're doing an awesome job. Definitely. You are making these ships really, really appealing to everybody. The way they look, obviously, just based out of that, really good. Don't really know how this thing is going to perform in combat, and if it is going to be a tank or a support class. Don't know if it's going to be heavily on tank threat, or I don't know what kind of combination this thing is going to hold. You guys are the pro. Let me know what you make out of this ship. in the comment section so I can learn too. I can be pro just like you. All right, enough showcasing of this. The Disco space set is next in line. Temporal. Do we have 3 pieces of the temporal defense? And this is what I mean when it's like, when I said it's really, really creamy. The color of this thing is basically blending up with like the clouds that you guys are seeing on the planet down there, Earth. It's awesome animation right there from the deflector dish, highlighting all of the colors of the entire spectrum of colors, and at the back as well, because colors usually propel a starship forward, right? That's awesome. Definitely love these things. Kind of reminds me of a some kind of vent, like a grid when it's like pushing air out or something like that, or like cooling. But in space, you're not going to use air to cool, right? So that should be something else. But definitely awesome design. Even though that these warp nacelles are really big, really huge, really long. They're not big, but they're really long. But it's still good to look at this thing. Kind of has a little bit of a proportion to the deflector dish housing, the saucer section, and the warp nacelles. They're basically like, they did a really good job on, like, you know, the proportion of these things. They're not really out of proportion. They're really into proportion, if you can call it like that. Nice. Definitely something really cool to see. And let's see the transition. Right about there. Nice. Cool. All right, moving on to the, what one is this? The Terran one. Terran Reputation Space Set. Here we go. With the Terran Reputation Space Set. Definitely love the way the Terran. Oh my god, that transition. All of these cracks were like apparent. They were like being illuminated. They had a little bit of a glow, just like here. Wow, that was awesome. Just like here. Wow, that is crazy. And we are seeing some kind of dimples right here. What is up with that? Never seen that one before. Underneath the deflector dish. Really cool to see this thing totally changed up. Nice. Okay, let's see that transition again, because that was very cool to see. Right there. That is awesome. When it's like hitting the shadow side, oh, that is beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, this thing is definitely majestic, man. Nice. Very cool to see this thing. Nice. All right. Moving on. We just covered that one. The Breen Space Set in its full glory. Okay. Kind of just reminded me of something that you forgot in your fridge, and it's like molded out like cheese that's gone bad. It has like all of these bad stuff on top. I hope you're not eating or anything while you are watching this video. Don't want to gross you too much, but it kind of reminds me of that. Sorry. Oh man. What to say about the Breen space set? Definitely has an appeal to it. Like I always mention, it has that industrial look to it. We have lots of plates that are mismatched in components. Little one is bigger than the other one. And let's put it up there and make this ship go. And I obviously did not cover one space set, and that's the Lucari space set. I'm going to save that one for last. And here we go with the Lucari Reputation space set. Where are the... Here we go. Here are the engines and shields. 1, 2, 3. Look at this thing. Nice. Definitely love that pulsating, I don't know what to call it, on the deflector dish, that animation. Kind of reminds me of like a, what was it called again? A solar mass ejection from like when the sun is like that burst of energy that it's putting out. It's called a massive solar eruption or something like that. Coronal ejection. Kind of reminds me of that. When the sun does that whole exploding and killing the earth in one shot type deal. A massive coronal ejection or something like that, they call it. So that, like, if the earth is like the sun, they have like this loop kind of type deal going off from the energy forces of the sun, the magnetic core and stuff like that, and they just burst of energy. And if that thing hits planet Earth, life as we know it might cease to exist, because everything is like an EMP. Oh my god, look at this thing. Oh man, that was awesome. That was definitely awesome. The way, like right here, oh my god. Oh, that is just crazy sick. Right there. Oh man, the reflection of the sunlight on the hull with all of these patterns. Nice. Alright, let's take this thing into combat. No, you know what? Totally forgot about one thing. Before we're going to do combat, we're going to take care of the masteries right here. The first one is going to be rapid repairs. Regenerate 730 hull or 1.25% of your current maximum. Every 3 seconds in space, twice this amount is regenerated out of combat. Level 2 is going to give you enhanced hull plating plus 25 all energy damage resistance rating and also radiation damage resistance rating by plus 25. Level 3, increase critical chance by 2.5%. So if you want to land a critical hit, you need to have a high critical chance. And level 4 is going to increase the maximum hull hit points by 10%. And level 5 is going to be that SIF Shunt. Hull healing bridge officer ability grants plus all power when at 100% HP. So when hull strength is at 100%, plus 3.3 all power levels for 15 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. Awesome. Okay, so let's cover what we just saw. So we're going to have 5 weapon slots on the front, deflector, impulse, warp, shield, 3 on the aft. We have 3 device slots. We have 5 engineering consoles, 2 science, and 4 tactical. Now we do have these standard default that comes equipped with opening this thing, the normal hangar class F shuttles. There's obviously the better version, dilithium store, and the better version of the dilithium store is obviously the fleet hangar pet store, so you can get the elite version of these things that are going to do more damage. Bridge officer station, so we have a lieutenant universal station, so you can put everybody up there. We have a lieutenant commander tactical / temporal ops station. We have a commander engineering station, real nice. Lieutenant engineering / command station. Do we have anybody that has command? You have command abilities. Cool. And a lieutenant science stations. You for a little bit of hull healing maybe. And you know what, let's go the other way. Yeah, that's good. And this, a lieutenant universal station, so you can basically go. I'm gonna go with tactical, just to have something up there. I'm gonna put somebody else. Kel. Can we change that one to beta and this one beam overload? Sure, why not? Now, as I always say, don't use this as a build. This is just something that I put up together. No real thoughts has gone into this, so keep that in mind. Now, I also want to showcase the Admiralty card on this thing. Where is it? What is this thing called again? Prototype Dreadnought Cruiser Tier 6. So it is a Tier 6 after all. Herald, the green Krenim. Prototype Dreadnought, here we go. So Prototype Dreadnought Cruiser Tier 6, rarity 4 stars. Obviously it has a 62 points in engineering, 44 in tactical, 20 points in science, and it has a 18-hour cooldown, and also plus 15 to all stats when alone. Wow, plus 15 to all of these stats when alone, when on a mission alone. 18 hours in cooldown, and it is on reserve. Nice. All right, so let's get this thing into combat. No, shit, let's not. Let's read the information about the Universal Console. Man, I'm so eager to get this thing into combat. It's crazy. The Atlas class Dreadnought Cruiser comes equipped with a dynamic power redistribution model Universal Console. Starship equipped with this console are capable of greatly strengthening their structural integrity field for a short time, thus providing a large increase to hull regeneration rate and damage resistance rating. Additionally, this power can be redirected from structural integrity field to other systems to provide a large boost to all of outgoing damage as long as the Starship hull strength remains at 80% or above. Okay. So this part right here was the fine line that we did not read when we were reading the information on this thing. So this thing does come with this Universal Console, so it provides a passive bonus to hull strengthening and structural integrity field. So it is in a defensive mode, really cool, and you can also use this in a offensive mode as long as your hull hit point is above 80%, or at 80% or above. You can definitely use this thing to provide a boost to the outgoing damage of your beams, cannons, torpedoes, I guess everybody that uses like, you know, energy-based weapons or kinetic-based weapons are going to increase its damage. Nice. Passive bonus to all energy damage and direct energy damage. Real nice. Any starship can have this thing equipped, but only one at a time. Really cool. So plus 11.2 all damage resistance rating and also 17.8 direct energy damage. Wow. Nice. Okay, we just read that. 2-minute cooldown to self plus 40 bonus damage. Reapplied every 1 second for 20 seconds as long as health is above 80%. To self plus 100 bonus damage resistance rating for 20 seconds. And 20 seconds is fairly good amount of time that you can have for regeneration of your hull. Really good, 20 seconds. 2 cells plus 500% hull regeneration per minute for 20 seconds. Wow. 500% hull regeneration per minute for 20 seconds. That's crazy. So if you have like the entire space set of this thing, of the lockbox, obviously you're going to get set piece number 2, 33% in phaser disruptor or plasma damage for direct energy weapons. Really nice. The space set number 3, if you have 3 items of the space set equipped, plus 50 recharge speed for all undiscovered lockbox universal consoles. Redistribution, pulse emitter, dynamic power redistribution point, defense, bombardment, warhead. This one is from the NX refit escort class that we covered from the Lobai store, and extend secondary shields. Retrofitting masterwork, self-upgrading, undiscovered lockbox console powers, point defense, bombardment, warhead is going to fire 4 times the micro torpedoes instead of 3 per second. Disruption pulse emitter, physical pulse damage will be increased. Dynamic power redistribution damage buff increased slightly, and extend secondary shield increased secondary shielding. And I guess this is just basic hit points that is going to give towards your ally. Okay, combat time. Here we go. This is what we were looking for. Now, I'm going to make this thing as a disclaimer from now on. This is not a build or like, you know, how to build this thing. This is just a representation of what this ship is capable of at base level. Everything which you're going to do to upgrade the system, like, you know, torpedoes or energy-based damage that you're going to deal on this thing is obviously a upgrade that you can do on your own. What I'm going to show is what this thing is capable of as it comes out of the lockbox without any modifications whatsoever. So here we go. Beam overload, beta. And it's doing some decent damage. Ooh, 13,000 right there without being a critical hit. Nice. Definitely awesome. Come on, beta, beam overload. Not bad, not bad. Now, obviously, you guys can go different routes. You can use Tetrions, Polarons, anti-protons, all over the place, and make this thing into a beast. But I'm going to use the normal default weapons, and these were, what were these things? Phasers. Okay, the old version of phasers. Now I'm going to use this thing, the dynamic power redistribution, so to self plus hull regeneration, bonus damage resistance rating to self, and my whole hit points need to be 80% or above. So we're going to get plus 40% bonus damage applied every 1 second for 20 seconds as long as the health is above 80%. Okay. Here we go. So let's start firing, and I'm pressing this thing in 3, 2, 1. Now. We got some cool visuals right there. And only my beams are making damage. And okay, cool. Now for the entire duration, I think it was like 20 seconds. Yeah, for the entire duration, my hull did not go below 80%. So that's good. So if you can keep your hull hit points above 80%, so make sure it doesn't drop, you're going to get the full duration of the bonus right there. Very cool. Okay, that one is dead. Let's do some more damage. And even these Class F shuttles are doing some decent amount of damage, you know, honestly. Dead. You are dead, mister. Kazon carrier. We are doing triple digits. 4 digits right there. Not bad, not bad. We are getting a little bit of help from the Benthans, but it's not that overwhelming. And we are taking care of these guys without having like this ship really cool in its build. I mean, as you guys know, in space I don't have any skills as always, so this is just the basic version of what this ship is capable of with these weapons. And here we go with extra damage for 20 seconds. Definitely awesome. Oh, this thing is gonna hurt. Run! Okay, good. Just nick of time. Just in the nick of time. Kazon carrier again. Oh, we did lose one Type F shuttle. Torpedoes! Now I'm not doing enough damage to actually aggro everybody towards me, obviously. But this thing is definitely holding itself on the Benthans. Doing some decent amount of damage. Real nice to see that. Alright, enough of that combat. You guys cannot kill me with these cruiser. So, if you like cruisers, this is definitely a something that I would recommend, just because the bridge officer stations are so unique. You can go all kind of routes with this thing. It is heavily on engineering, so engineering is something that you need to be your main focus on. There is a little bit of, you know, tactical temporal ops abilities that you can use. Not a lot of them, obviously. There are only 3 skills that you can use, and also 2 skills up here for your command abilities. But still, I would definitely recommend this thing if you are into cruisers. I like this thing, man. It's really awesome. It's definitely Starfleet in design, but also it has like that. I mentioned that a couple of times throughout this thing. It has like a little bit of a majestic feeling. Kind of reminds me of like a flagship. You know how a flagship should be. It's like really cool. But anyway, that is just my personal opinion. Obviously, let me know in the comment section how you guys are going to equip this thing and how much damage it's going to do. Obviously, definitely interest in that. Maybe I can learn something from you guys as well. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this aesthetic review from this thing. It looks really good the way it is in its visuals. And you guys saw a little bit of combat. It can handle itself real nice. So with that being said, I hope to see you on the next one. For now, take care.